The good girl gone bad is not something new. We've had this before in the past with child stars like Miley Cyrus, Linsey, Britney.
What happened to your clothes?
I have on clothes now.
I know. But what's this about? No kidding. What is it about?
So all these girls in the past kind of paved the way of good girl gone bad. And in 2024, we have our new good girl gone bad. We have Jojo Siwa.
Sort of leaving the adolescent era behind and moving into a more adult era. How has that been going for you?
Been criticized, that's for sure.
Now, I'm not going to make a video on Jojo Siwa because there are so many already out there and I'll link some in the description, but I am going to briefly touch on her situation and explain this phenomenon.
Okay, are we done?
So a lot of kids from Disney and kids that have massive managers and production companies critiquing and showing everything that they should do. They're having training, you know, how to speak to press, how to say the right things.
Yeah. Politician at age 13.
How they should act, how they should dress. We've seen it a lot with child stars, how they'll suddenly change their whole appearance. They just want to break free of that whole control and become themselves, which is reasonable. I mean, anyone would want to do that, so you can't blame them. I remember this one video of Nick Jonas giving an example of how well he can suddenly go back into the old like Disney way of answering questions and talking to press.
The worst thing about working for Disney.
As we all know, Disney as a company has touched so many people's lives and brought so much joy to this world.
So obviously when child stars come of age, they want to become themselves. They want to suddenly show that they're not like kiddie anymore. They're adults coming into themselves. Let's talk about Britney. Britney was on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse when she was a kid.
See you real soon.
And she did Disney shows and movies as she grew up. She released Baby One More Time. There was already outrage with that music video with the costume she was wearing, and then she released her other music videos. It was like more makeup, less clothes, and more sexual dancing.
I think she's just trying to show that she's not a kid anymore, and she looked great in it.
And the audiences were like, whoa.
If I saw her on the street, I'd probably tell her, think about those 12-year-olds that listen to your music, and think about the 12-year-olds who saw you on the VMAs, and think what they're thinking. They probably are thinking that it's okay to dress like that, which it's not.
I'm not their parent, man.
Britney Spears.
We obviously know with Britney how badly the industry treated her, and I do hope that this isn't going to be the same for Jojo. There has been so many things with kid stars coming out and saying how badly the industry was to them. Britney, she was kind of one of the biggest examples of breaking the Disney persona, the child becoming her own.
You know, if she wants to be on her album cover, like dressing trashy at the VMAs, and what happens is you get all these little fans, like my little girl is a fan. What happens is these little girls start looking up to her because she is like this cute little teeny bopper, then all of a sudden, what happened, you know? Whatever she wants to do, she wants to do. You know.
One of the most iconic good girl gone bad, Linsey Lohan, very similar to Britney. She portrayed these kid characters for so long that she wanted to portray more adult characters. People saw a change in the way she wanted to be portrayed. And it just in general, I mean, in the early 2000s, you probably couldn't get anywhere without seeing Linsey, Britney, and Paris Hilton's faces on magazines because they were the bad girls of the 2000s. Quickly give you a very brief explanation on Jojo Siwa and where we are today with her. Jojo Siwa grew up as a child star on Dance Moms with abbieleebeth. Abbieleebeth is an a-hole. I can say that because she has literally ruined my life. My name is actually Abby Lee, and this has been a thing that's haunted me my whole childhood. Our names are spelt slightly different. I have an IE, she has a Y, and do you know how that has affected me? Very much so. I do not like her. I never have. Let me get back to this video. I'm sorry. Jojo Siwa grew up as a child star on Dance Moms.
Jojo! Have you learned nothing?
And started her own YouTube channel in 2015, where she gained over 12 million subscribers. 12 million. Showing her explosive personality and very colourful aesthetic.
What is Jojo? Welcome back to Jojo's Every Single Week.
With bows, glitter, you know, think rainbow unicorn on mushrooms. This is very, very capturing to young audiences like kids. She was also a massive hit with Nickelodeon. They had her in pretty much everything they could get her into. She also released a lot of merch, bows. She had her own bow company. Bow company? I don't know. Just like she had bows everywhere.
Cogs, my merchandise was everywhere. Target, Walmart, Amazon, Claire, everywhere. You name the store, it was there.
Which made her a millionaire. Her net worth is 20 million. Fast forward to 2024, suddenly Jojo kills this unicorn and she is now revamped into a dark horse.
It is a 180. Did you keep the bows? Like, where are the bows? Are they in a drawer?
Basically becoming the good girl gone bad. Jojo has been known so long, colourful aesthetic towards younger kids, that to suddenly go to this dark aesthetic is a surprise, I guess. I don't think people were expecting it, and obviously Jojo's smart. Jojo is smart. Jojo knows that if she keeps this aesthetic up, people are going to get tired of it. She's 21 nearly, born a year before me. So I'm a year younger than her. I have to admit, I don't think I've ever worn a bone. So I think it's about time. If she wants to do that, girl, you go ahead. So with this revamp, people are going a bit crazy. But the thing is, Jojo Siwa is an excellent marketer.
You clearly are a businesswoman. You know what the you're doing.
She's great at getting people's attention. I mean, she's done it a lot in the past. The question that everyone has on their mind is this revamp real or is it just to get people's attention? Jojo Siwa is known to be a massive fan of Miley Cyrus.
When I was 8 is when Miley had her bangers moment. And I was like, all I want is to have that one day. Like, I want that.
Obviously, Miley Cyrus had her whole breaking the Disney mold, shaved head, and being a wrecking ball. Being a wrecking ball. That's not what I meant. Dancing on a wrecking ball and doing VMAs and smoking weed. The press deemed this being out of control and Miley's gone bad. Very much like Britney and Linsey before her. I know that Jojo's in some deep water at the moment, but I don't want to feel like I'm hating on anyone. I'm just talking about this topic and I just wanted to talk about everyone involved in this. I think in a way people are cringing at what Jojo's doing because it's very much her saying it. It's very
this is my black beast.
Very much what she's doing. I feel like the good girl gone bad trope is an interesting one that has caused a lot of young stars to spiral out of control. Once they hit freedom, it's like anyone, you know, if your parents say you're not allowed to drink, you're not allowed to go out, as soon as you turn 18, you're going to want to do those things because you've never been allowed to do them before. You haven't experienced it before, and it's just how you do it and how you go about it. I'm glad that it's a time where there is a lot of awareness around young stars. Growing up in this position was not the best. With that said, I hope that Jojo is more in control of her situation. Maybe just, you know, chill out a bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Quick question of the comments. Do you think that this is all a marketing technique or do you generally think this is a true revamp? Like, what is your opinion? What is your thoughts? I know it's a bit different than my other videos, but I do want to just start talking about topics I find interesting. Right, I'll see you guys later.